Hi, I'm Lori Palmer,
And I'm Paul Houchens.
and we are children's fourth grade teachers here at Edmonds Elementary this year. And we're so glad that you stopped by to visit our virtual open house.
We've loved getting to know your kids this year and being around so much youthful, positive energy, again, after such a long spring of remote learning.
It would be wonderful to be able to meet all of you in person, but since we're not able to do that, we'll give you a brief tour of our classroom and the way that our day works and what some of our expectations are for this year.
Community building and teamwork are very important to us in fourth grade. We pride ourselves in getting to know all the students in our grade level, not just the ones in our own classroom. We want everyone to know they're part of the larger fourth grade team.
Fourth grade is a year of great growth and change, and we are really thrilled to be part of your children's development. To help them along the way, we set some very high expectations for our fourth graders. We're looking for a lot of independence in managing responsibilities and behaving more maturely this year.
So we also are very fortunate to be working with two student interns from UVM this year. Grayson Ducharme is my student teacher and Joe LeBlanc is Lori's student teacher. And they're here every day of the week through December 4th. And they're going to be doing their solo teaching for 2 weeks starting the second week of November, which is the 9th. So they'll be taking over all the responsibilities in the classroom, and they will be communicating with you through letters and through the Google Classroom, and maybe through email as well. But you can always reach out to us anytime via email, and we're happy to give you updates on your kids' progress or answer questions for you about work or anything that's going on in class.
Okay, so we have a pretty routine daily schedule. When the kids come in the morning, if they've got some extra time before school begins at 8:10, they kind of just do some socializing or maybe get caught up on a little work or do something fun on their Chromebooks. But we get started about 8:10, and if kids come in after that, they are typically marked tardy. So we begin work right away after our little morning meeting. Sometimes we play a game during that time or do something where we can just kind of have some fun to begin our day or do some kind of connection with each other. Then we get right into some curriculum. At 9:25 every day we have our one special of the day. In addition, we'll have art at a separate time, Mr. Houchens' class on Mondays and mine on Fridays, in addition to another special. So we have lunch in recess every day at the same time. Recess is always at 12:10 and lunch is at 12:40, and then we come back to our classrooms for more classwork. 2:40 dismissal too.
Yes, 2:40 dismissal is different this year for fourth grade. It's usually been 2:50. We send homework folders home every Monday. You can look for those from us. There will be a newsletter in there and a summary of the assignments due for the week, as well as a reading log for the week. All of our assignments are also going up on Google Classroom, so kids should be able to independently access things that are assigned to them and know what's due by the end of the week, without having to have you tell them from the newsletter. So we're really encouraging independence there in managing their work, and certainly asking for help when they need it, but really staying in tune with the responsibilities they have. And we'll collect the homework folders back on Friday and hold on to them until Monday then.
So really, they don't need to bring them back anymore each day. So just they'll go home on Monday, they'll keep their reading logs and get those filled out over the course of the week and return those on Friday. And if there's any other work we might have assigned, a math paper or anything like that, if that happens, they would turn that in on Friday as well. We also just want you to know that we send a newsletter home that we write each week. That goes home in their homework folder, and it's also emailed to you. So we have a couple of different options, whatever works better for you. But it highlights what we've done that past week and any news or events that are coming up in our classroom and just an overview of the homework for the coming week.
All right, Wednesdays are still, for the foreseeable future, a remote learning day. So we are expecting everyone to show up at our morning meetings at 9 o'clock on Wednesday mornings, unless we hear from a parent or guardian they have an excused absence. We'll be taking attendance at those meetings that the district collects from us. So please help your child access the meetings on Monday morning. In addition to that, on Wednesday morning, I'm sorry. In addition to that, we have assignments to be done at home that will be on the Google Classroom and in the newsletter that we suggest will take about 2 hours or maybe a little less to complete each day if they stay focused. If you find it's taking them longer than that, they may be somewhat distracted or have some questions that we can help you answer.
Okay.
I'll talk a little bit about math and just
All right.
fourth grade, some of the things we do in fourth grade math. The big things in fourth grade are learning multiplication really strongly, using a multiplication algorithm to be able to do multi-digit multiplication problems. Also, work with fractions is really big in fourth grade. Those are going to be the two things that we're really wanting them to get proficient at before they move on to fifth grade. We're also going to be having a push to learn multiplication facts up through 12. One great way to do that is through the extra math program that's part of the assignments on Wednesday, but can also be done anytime that it's not assigned on a daily basis, to gain proficiency in addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, but specifically multiplication is what we're gonna be pushing for in fourth grade.
Okay, and I will be your child's reading teacher this year, and we will be using the Lucy Calkins curriculum, where we'll do two really major units this year, one on fiction that we're in the midst of right now, and another on informational text. We teach a lot of lessons thinking about character, and we'll highlight that each week in our homework letter, so you'll kind of be aware of what we're doing on a weekly basis in reading and in math. And the kids will have time each day to do some independent reading, where we're aiming for just right books that are really at their just right reading level. We will also use Reading Plus to supplement our reading program. That's something that you've seen come home, and that they largely will work on that on Wednesdays. I give them a little class time on Tuesday and on Friday to kind of get started or finish up. But it's a really important piece of the reading program because it does really address fluency, their reading rate, which a lot of kids have needed some help on this year, and it targets comprehension and vocabulary development. So it individualizes for each student and is a really important part of our reading program. And I will definitely contact you if I'm noticing that maybe your child might not be fully participating in that, because we want to make sure that's done each week. And how about a little bit about writing, Mr. H?
All right, so in writing, we really work on writing fluency and stamina to be able to write from the heart and write in an organized way and write at some more length than maybe they've been writing it in previous grades. We have expectations for grammar, usage, and mechanics, learning how to use spelling skills and spell checker appropriately. Keyboarding skills are going to be very important, especially the more remote work we do. So we do have some keyboarding practice assigned in Typing Club, and all the kids know how to access that. That comes through the library. So they've been doing that for a couple of years now with Mrs. Neal. Some of the things that we're going to be working on, some of the topics this year in writing we're going to be working on are writing to inform, opinion writing. Right now we're in the middle of writing fictional narratives, so that's one of the big ones also, and also responses to text.
Okay. And we will be teaching science and social studies this year. We're in the midst of a unit on energy right now, and we hope to get to one on waves, maybe some engineering design challenges. Both Mr. Houchens and I really love science, and hope to get as much of that in as we can this year. We'll also have some social studies going on. Our student teachers are doing a 2-week unit on mapping, where your children will be learning about continents and major oceans, and a bit about the North America and the United States, and a lot of different kinds of features related to maps. We will also target Vermont geography and get to a unit on early Vermont and the Revolutionary War.
Right. We are really looking forward to meeting up with all of you. We have conferences that will be scheduled over the next couple of weeks, so look for some information from the school coming home about how to sign up for that. They'll all be virtual conferences, but we'll be able to be online and meet face-to-face if that's how you'd like to meet. So we're looking forward to being able to discuss your child's progress individually for you, and hopefully get to meet you in person sometime before this year is over. But it's our pleasure to get to know your kids, and we're looking forward to a great year.
Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you soon at conferences. Bye.